Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another one of my presentations. As always, my name is Brisen Coria, and today I'm just going to be presenting the Gestalt Principles. So, fun fact, Gestalt is actually a German word, and the correct pronunciation is this. I mean, I could make an attempt of myself, but honestly, I do not want to embarrass myself. I'm going to pronounce it anyways. It's Gestalt Qualitat. Okay. Let me just go ahead and start the presentation. Okay, so for the first principle of Gestalt is proximity. So the law of proximity is when objects are close to one another. Say for example, this. So objects that are near one another in space or time are perceived as belonging together. That's the law of proximity. This means they are perceived as the same group, and this pretty much creates a relationship between the objects. The Gestalt law of proximity states that objects or shapes that are close to one another appear to form groups. Even if the shapes, sizes, and objects are radically different, they will appear as a group if they are close. This refers to the way smaller elements are assembled in composition. Another example that I like to think of when I see proximity is the Windows logo. As you can see, they're just squares put together to make a window, which is the name of the brand, Windows, literally. Okay, the next principle is similarity. Similarity is when objects show a visual characteristic. The viewer will perceive this either as a group or pattern. This can either be a color or shape, or sometimes even both. In this example, this is both. Okay, so the logo for Mocha, this is just a good example of similarity. The C is the only letter, and as you can see, there are shapes, and the shapes are different colors, but I don't know. I mean, you can obviously see Mocha on there, even though you don't see it, but you do see it. And then another example of similarity that I use is the Adidas logo. I'm sorry, I don't know why that is there. Oh, wow, that is so much better. Wow. Okay, why didn't I do that before? Anyways, so another example that I used is the Adidas logo. Obviously, when it's spread out like that, it just looks very awkward. And then when they're put up like that, you could, like this, you obviously see that it's a mountain, and it just, I don't know, comforts me. Because seeing it like that kind of gives me anxiety. Okay, moving on. Oops. The next principle is continuation. So continuation occurs when the viewer's eye naturally follows a line or curve that continues to another object. The continuation can carry through both positive and negative spaces and designs. For example, these are examples of continuation: the Amazon logo and the Nike logo. So pretty much the law of continuation asserts that the human eye follows lines, curves, or sequences of shapes in order to determine a relationship between these elements. I also learned that they can carry through both positive and negative spaces and designs. So I really like this one, the Amazon logo, even though like I see it everywhere because I use Amazon literally every day. But when you like stare at it long enough, you can see that it's a face. Like the A is an eye being open, and then the Z is it's winking at you. But also it's telling and letting you know that Amazon has stuff available A through Z. I don't know. My mind was blown when I found that out, even though everybody already knew that, but I did not know that. So I'm a little slow. And then the other logo that I like is the Nike symbol as well. Literally, you know what Nike stands for. Just do it. And here's a little arrow of Nike just doing it. Literally like that. All right. The next principle of Gestalt principle is closure. So closure occurs when incomplete figures are perceived as complete or whole. I'm sorry. A shape just has to be indicated and the viewer's eye subconsciously fills in the missing information. So the principle of closure pretty much just states that we look at a complex arrangement of visual elements and we tend to look for a single recognizable pattern. In other words, when you see an image that has missing parts, your brain will just fill in the blanks and it will complete an image so you can recognize a pattern. In this case, here's the FedEx logo. We don't see it, but you do see it because the arrow's right here. And the arrow's pretty much just in its negative space. Like you could see the arrow, obviously, because they filled it out right there. And another famous logo is this panda right here. They're not, the lines are not even there, but we see the panda because it's good. Like you can see the panda even though the lines are not there, but you see it. Alrighty, and that pretty much just concludes my presentation. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope everyone has a nice weekend. Bye, y'all.